I am halfway through this bottle. Let's go.
And we're back.
That was a great time to do that.
That was perfect. We're over here drinking.
Oh, and we're back. What's up, guys? We're gonna be. This is the final hour, is it not? Council of the evening.
It is the soberest hour.
Oh, countdown.
This is the final countdown. So, without further ado, we'll take it away, CC.
So you see Daniel's mother there in the tree line in the darkness. She is completely naked, as I'm sure many of you are wondering.
As she taught me.
There you go.
And she flees from you. She runs, beckoning into the darkness. You follow?
At that point, I see her and just being flushed full of emotions from nearly dying, and Theoden, saving my life and everything. So I just go, "Mother!" and just take off running, and I attempt to just pull Theoden and say, "You must save her like you saved me," and just go. I'm off like a herd of turtles, as my grandmother says.
I'm following him. I'm going. Let's do it.
Is everyone going with him?
I'm unstaying right behind. Wherever Theoden goes, I must go too. So I'm off and running as well.
You call Bryn, you've got what you want. Are you going
I've
with
got
him?
what I want, but I still don't feel like my place in the story has been really truly cemented as a hero. So I have to go after the adventure. I have to chase it. You must all remember me. Never forget the name Brain.
Oh boy.
The four of you barrel through the darkness, through the woods. The trees and the branches whip past you. You run. And you run for some time, 15, 20 minutes. Hard running. And Daniel's mother seems to be always just ahead of you, at the same distance, no matter how fast you run. And eventually what you see ahead of you is a bright light through the trees. And as you draw close to it, you can see clearly that it is a bonfire in a large clearing ahead of you. You see the light bouncing off the stones of fallen ruins that were once part of some structure in this clearing. Four of you are still in the tree line. What would you like to do? You no longer see Daniel's mother.
At that point, I'm just like looking around frantically, like, where is she? Where did she go? We have to find her. She's in danger. And I'm just like, I've totally lost my shit, honestly. And I'm just like trying to find her. And if Theoden is like behind me, I just take him by whatever you're wearing, robes, a nice flannel shirt.
Mine,
And I'm just like, we gotta find her. And I'm like, I have this crazed look in my eyes, like there is absolutely nothing else that I could possibly be thinking of right now.
I'm gonna grab you by the shoulders and just try to calm you down. Think, clearly about the situation at hand. Proceed with caution. Because something is obviously out of place here.
And I'd like to do two things. One, I place my very large hand on Daniel's shoulder to remind him that I'm right there. And he immediately looks up at me. And then as he looks up at me, I give him a glance. And I look down to Tankster. And I ask him to start sniffing around and trying to track and find Daniel's mother. And I was wondering if we can roll to find out if Tankster would be able to pick up the scent and to be able to follow.
So I'm going to say yes to that. There's no doubt, and Tankster confirms this, that Daniel's mother has fled into the clearing. And even now you can see the shadowy silhouettes of people circling around the bonfire in the clearing ahead of you.
All right, so this is where I'd like to look to Daniel. And as we've been fighting a couple of times, I've been growing to respect Daniel, and I can understand his need to find his mom. And so I ask him to please calm down. We have the trail, and we have a direction to go for him to turn his attention off of Theoden and back onto the task at hand.
What do you think, Daniel?
I think whenever he says that, coupled by Theoden trying to calm me, Gunther putting his hand on my shoulder, and then seeing him come to my aid, probably for the first time in this task, and having Tankster actually look, I think it sort of puts me at ease, and I slowly realize that there's nothing I can do on my own here, and that if I'm gonna be able to find her, that I'm gonna need them. So at that point, I kind of like my posture gets kind of just not defeated but more weakened, and I say I'll do as you say, but please hurry.
All right, guys.
We will follow Tankster. We will find her. No worries.
You know where she is. She is in the clearing. How are you going to get to her?
I'm guessing use our feet.
I say if this is a huge like circle opening, probably proceed closest on that tree line just so we can kind of get a better view of things.
Mm.
Daniel,
So-
you're obviously a little bit more, knowing of the land.
Yeah.
So to give you more details about the scene, the bonfire is in the center of this clearing, which itself is a circle.
Okay. All right.
And you guys are in the tree line outside of it. There are, various small stone walls and such where buildings clearly were at some point in the past, the deep, dark past, but no longer. So you could potentially sneak up on these people, or you could approach them directly, but you tell me what you want to do.
I guess in kind of coming to my senses and seeing these shadowy figures that we don't know who they are, I kind of listen to what Theoden has to say and says, you're right. We really shouldn't just rush into there because it would put us all in danger. Even my own mother, for all I know, they could have taken her. And so I will use every ounce of training that I may have and try and find a better way to get there with the least likelihood of being seen.
And I also, because here's the thing, like Tankster is not just kind of your average dumb dog or whatever that just kind of knows basic commands. He can also understand, verbal structure and whatnot, much like from Dragon Age and with their war dogs as well. And so this is also kind of where, if we needed to, we could also, because his senses are so much more heightened, be able to tell if there's agitation out there, if she's with anybody that she feels at ease, that he'd be able to sense the pheromones and whatnot that are going on out there and what is happening.
Interesting. So what's your intent with Tankster? I like that angle. What do you want?
My intent is to know if we should go in swords and sorcery, as it were, blazing, or can we take our time and go in a little more cautious because we're not getting the sense that we need to fight as of yet.
Okay, cool. I'm going to roll for Tankster. And I like the idea of him being a crazy magic war dog.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Congratulations, Tankster.
Cool.
So you look deep into Tankster's eye. And what he says to you is that there's only one person in the clearing. The woman we saw before. The others are he doesn't have a word for it because you don't have a word for it, but they are mindless. They are gone.
Now,
All right,
are they
so
apparitions or are they physical, like husks of people?
Husks would be a good word.
Okay.
That is what he indicates to you.
And is he indicating at all that these husks are threatening, or are they just mindless, basically trees that they're just kind of there?
He doesn't really understand the situation well enough to explain it to you on that level.
Okay.
He simply says that he can't sense their pheromones, as you put it.
So I turn to the rest of the group and I explain to them as such as to what I'm getting from Tankster. The lady that we were searching for, your mom, Daniel, is that she is in the middle of the clearing, and but these are these strange beings, these husk-like beings that are just standing around and not doing anything. So I do not know if they are violent or if they will not attack, but your mother is in there. So we can either go in, swords out, and intention to kill, or we can try and sneak to her past these husks.
Whatever we do, it's as long as I get to my mother. I don't want to put anyone else in danger, but I have to get to her.
And I do understand that, but here's the thing. It's your mother. So it's ultimately, I feel, in your best interest. You know this group, you know what we're capable of, and I do believe you've calmed down now to think a little more clearly. And we are thinking about your safety of your mother. So would you want to go in there, sneaking and possibly get them by without alarming them, or would you want to try and go in there and surprise them?
Might I interject? I do still have a servant that I can call and send it in forward to see if these husks, as you call them, are aggressive or not.
I'm perfectly fine with this idea. I'm clearly in over my head here, so I'm going to take the advice of all of you.
I'll throw out, when in doubt, look to your beliefs. All right, guys. So, what are your intentions? What are we resolving?
Bryn?
I think Bryn's gonna distract him.
Yeah, my intent is to find out whether or not these husks are dangerous or violent by using my spirit walker and sending it into them.
Cool. I'm just gonna say yes to that. So you summon your spirit servant. What does your spirit servant look like? You said a succubus, right?
Yes, she's very much more beautiful than I am. They're not by much, but
big titty demon woman walks out of the woods into the clearing, and she walks probably halfway up the hill through the clearing towards the bonfire before the husks, as we'll call them, turn and stare at her as one, and then they descend upon her as if to consume her. When they reach her, she is gone because, of course, she's ephemeral. But you know now that they are what their reaction would be if one of you was to walk into the clearing. And you can clearly see, because they have abandoned the fire for this, although they're returning now, Daniel's mother standing naked and alone before the flame.
So they have, as we can tell, there's no ill intention from the husks to the mother.
Right.
So, Daniel, it seems that because of Bryn and her quick thinking, that it seems that they aren't attacking your mother. Your mother is safe from them. I would suggest that we go in there and make a path and kill them all as we make a way to your mother.
The quicker the better. I'm for this.
Theoden, you okay staying behind me and going forth?
I'm actually going to see if I can use my spell for guidance and see what we can kind of uncover at that point using that.
Cool. Let's go ahead and roll your guidance right now and see what it tells us.
And that was Ob 5.
Obviously you got this since you can't fail.
Yeah, well, and
except that first time where you froze everybody.
Only a matter of time.
Yeah, except that first time when we were all frozen.
Nice.
Let's go.
Oh.
So you know someone to roll 20 or what's going on here?
The power PBR compels you.
Dude,
hey, Theoden likes that stuff.
All right, so what you see, Theoden, what's Theoden here? How does Tudam enlighten you?
With a glowing path of like just gold.
Cool, I like that. So what you see is a path leading out of the trees and into the clearing and up towards the fire. And what you see clearly is not Daniel's mother glowing, but rather a statue that is standing before the fire glowing. The statue, you can see it as if it's right in front of you through the eyes of Tudam. You see that it is 6 feet tall in the shape of a woman. She is posed as if she is dancing. She has 3 pairs of breasts, and she is looking directly at you with red eyes. The same eyes that the bear looked at you with.
And this is a statue?
For the moment.
And where is Daniel's mother in all this?
She is standing near the statue in front of the fire, dancing slowly.
Now, does his mother have the same type of eyes, the glowing crimson eyes?
Not the same eyes, but she is dancing in the same way that the statue is posed.
Is it possible to consecrate a statue?
Maybe you can put your hands on it.
Some kind of essence might be, in the statue. If so, I'm going to some kind of possessions going on here, so I'm going to see if I can consecrate whatever kind of essence is inside of the statue or whatever is possessing.
So what 2000's guidance tells you is that you need to touch it.
So I'm going to put both of my hands on the front of the statue.
Exactly.
I'm going to consecrate it if I can.
What's your move, guys?
So I think it's to make a beeline for the statue. Kind of with me going forward with shield up, axe behind me as we just kind of, choo our way straight forward. And before we go, though, I noticed Daniel, in his fever as he's been moving around, a piece of paper falls out of his pack. And I pick it up and read it. And I actually hold it for later on for a particular moment.
Sounds good to me. Add it to your possessions.
All right.
I don't notice this at all.
No.
No. I don't want to.
That's what's keeping up for 24 hours.
Yep. And so I look to the group and I ask if they're readied up for us to make a beeline for this statue.
And as I walk, as I know that we're going into a certain fight that's more than we've handled by far in the past 24 hours, assuming, I look to Gunter and I said, I'm as ready as I'll ever be. Any words of wisdom that may have been bestowed upon you in the past before a grand battle?
Lick it or take it.
Hit it or crit it.
Hit it or crit it.
Yeah, okay.
It comes full circle.
Brilliant.
All right, guys.
I swear to God, if I could remember the whole poem from the 13th Warrior, "Lo, do I see my fathers and whatnot before me," I would totally quote that thing right there.
Would you like to test your poetry to see if you can inspire your allies?
Let me give me a second.
Roll credits.
Come back next time for the non-conclusion.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Hold on a second. I think come on. I just.
So he's gonna roll poetry.
Mm-hmm.
To inspire.
Because for whatever reason,
Yes.
there has poetry as a skill.
Yeah, I know. Who? By the way, I'm actually kind of curious when it comes to that kind of stuff. Who makes the decision? Is it you?
I did not make these characters. Luke Crane actually made these characters.
Cool. All right.
I think
So
poetry is part of the night life path.
okay. All right. So I would like to roll to inspire with poetry.
Read it.
So read it before rolling. Okay. Lord, do I see my father before me? Lord, there do I see my mother, my sisters, and my brothers. Lord, there do I see the lions of my people. Back to the beginning. Lord, do they call to me? They bid me to take my place among them in the halls of Valhalla, where the brave may live forever. Unseen.
Beautiful.
Oh God.
Roll poetry, Ob 1. Because quite frankly, I'm inspired.
Oh God. Okay. So poetry modifiers
3.
3. Okay. And base obstacle
1.
1. All right.
Yeah. Beautiful.
As
All right,
you're
guys.
saying this, because as I asked you for it, like I'm like gripping my javelin, I'm just like nodding, like
Let's
like,
do
like,
this.
Yes, yes.
This Valhalla is, but I'm going.
Yeah, we're going.
And how a German-speaking person knows about Valhalla is also a question I'd like to ask. But we're just gonna leave it to there.
Hey, he's well-rounded. He knows poetry.
Yeah, he knows history.
History,
He
yeah.
knows.
Let's do
for
this.
some reason.
All right, guys. I guess we are assaulting this hill. Who's leading the charge?
Well,
That guy.
mm-hmm.
All right.
Going in.
Cool. So +1 for your epic poetry. +1 for your friend with javelins. Theoden, you will not get the help here because you have a different task.
Mm-hmm.
And Lady Brent, how are you assisting with this intent?
Can I just watch this time? I've put so much
Yeah,
into
absolutely. You do
this.
not have to.
You just gotta.
No. I got what I wanted. I'm just gonna sit back and watch the commoners play.
Wow.
It's fine with me.
I make a glance and sneer towards her as we get ready to move.
She's
Please.
getting ready for her big speech at the end when the hero emerges from the woods. All right, guys. I'm going to make a roll, and then you're going to make a roll. We're going to see what
Okay.
happens. That's your obstacle, too.
All right, so am I rolling under axe?
If you're leading with your axe, then yes.
Well, let's see here. Axe or shield? It's a shield training.
Yeah, shield training is not a skill you can roll. It's just a flag, like, yes, I have this.
Gotcha. By the way, I'd also like to point out that for some strange odd reason, I also have oratory, which is basically a little tiny chapel that I carry around by myself. I have no freaking clue what the hell this thing would do, but okay. Apparently I left my etiquette at home. Let's do axe.
Cool. Axe is a good choice.
Okay.
Those dice.
Modifiers.
One from Daniel and one from your epic poetry. So 2.
Mm-hmm.
And you got to beat a 2.
And then Tankster, does he factor in at all that he's charging in with us?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. So
So-
make it 3 modifiers.
Okay, 3 modifiers. And then base obstacle. 2.
Oh.
All right, guys. Tell me about the time that you hacked through these possessed peasant corpses to make a way for Theoden.
Well, I mean, Daniel, of course, is chucking javelins left and right. He's actually pinning them right to the ground because the javelins will go through them and then just pin them right to the ground, which leaves me the way just to hack and slash my way through. Husk heads are flying left and right and whatnot. As we're kind of going through, we keep on charging. He picks up the next javelin, from the discarded body that I just lopped the head off. And so he's chucking these things, and we're chewing our way just through this thing. Theoden is perfectly safe back there, and nothing can even get close to us because of the way we're fighting.
Theoden, find yourself before this unholy icon, this demonic channel of evil power. What do you do?
I'm going to consecrate the statue because there's obviously something that's possessing and controlling Daniel's mom, and it has to do with the statue.
Hell yeah. I suggest you use your persona point on this one.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. How did you just use that into?
So put 1 for your modifier because I think this is cool.
Okay.
And
And then
1 for your Arta.
Okay.
And that uses your persona point.
And that's, was it a 6 ob?
Yeah, and so it's going to be ob 6 for consecration.
Okay. No.
Oh.
The only time I needed it.
I have a 6 to reroll.
So faith is naturally open-ended, which means that the sheet automatically rerolls all your 6s.
Mm.
6s have been rerolled. There is the chance to roll another die with your fate point if you're within 1 of the obstacle, but you are not. So guys, I hate to tell you this, but what happens is that Daniel's mother turns, sees Theoden with his hands on this statue, and screams like a mad woman into the night. She charges at you, Theoden. She tackles you, knocking not just you, but you and the statue into the bonfire. You feel your flesh burn, dripping off your bones.
Okay, before it goes any further, I would like to note that immediately, right when he touches the flames, I'm diving in to actually grab him and roll him out.
Is it possible for me to cast my Firewalker spell to save poor Theoden, since he did, after all, let me harvest his organs?
All right, guys, let's see if it happens. Let's do Firewalker first.
I look horrified. Like,
Oh, yeah,
I
this
see
is-
my mother just going, like, dive into the flames with Theoden, and I just like am broken on the inside. Like, I don't know what to do.
Then you're not saving Daniel's mother, right? You're saving Theoden.
I'm saving Theoden.
Okay.
I am saving Theoden, thank you.
Alright.
Yes. I know you're saving Gunther, don't worry. All right,
So-
Bren. Cast your Firewalker.
Okay.
Cast your Firewalker.
Sorcery.
Sorcery, ob 4.
Modifiers, none.
I'll give
Arts
you one.
is 0.
This
Wait,
is
what?
the end. This is for all the marbles. So
Okay.
yeah, I'll give you one.
Give me what? Sorry.
I'll give you one.
1 modifier.
Mm-hmm.
0 Arta and ob 4.
Ob 4.
4. Shoot.
Ah.
All right, so that fails, but I'm already mid-stride, heading, already diving on in to roll him on out of there.
Test your speed.
Speed. Where's it there?
Come on, Gunther, you got this.
I'd like to say that while he's gonna roll his stuff, that I see him going only for Theoden, right? Diving in. At that point, I snap into it, and I'm doing the same for my mom.
Okay, roll your speed. as
Is
well.
she affected by the flames at all?
Oh yeah.
Okay, because I guess I was guessing since she was doing that, like, I don't know. All right, modifiers for me.
You tell me. Do you think you have any modifiers? I can't think of any personally.
I guess if you want to count my armor as a modifier, it's going to keep me from getting my flesh sins the second I hit the fire.
Yeah, I think it's a modifier until it heats up, and then it's
Yeah.
not so much.
My purpose is to grab him, get it out, not, lay down and
Bathe in it.
snap. So, okay, modifiers and base obstacle.
4.
Damn it.
You have a 6. You have 2 6s. Spin your fate, man.
I haven't had to do that before.
So
Where's
you roll /R 2d6
in the chat?
in the chat.
Oh, /R
R space 2d6.
2D.
Yeah, /R.
So /R space 2d6.
You got it. Nice. You got it. Roll another one. /R 1d6. You rolled another 6.
/R 1
1d6.
1d6.
And roll again. Don't stop rolling.
1d6.
Okay, so there we go. You got 6 successes on a 4. You tell me, how do you save Theoden from these flames?
The second I see him falling back into there, I'm immediately, he hits the fire briefly. I'm rolling. I catch him, I hit him, and then we kind of roll out of the flames. In the act of rolling, the fire is being smothered out. Whatever was on his clothes or his hair or whatever, it's all just being put out immediately as we're rolling on the grass and the dirt to get him away from the fire.
Awesome. Very awesome. So, Daniel, if you would, roll your speed.
Per Daniel's better judgment, he knows that he is more than likely going to extremely hurt himself, if not kill himself, but he's overwhelmed by the fact that he would otherwise watch his mother die, and he has this, what's the word I'm looking for? This irrational feeling of I guess, like, let me try and find the word for this. This irrational, like, feeling of not hate, but like basically he sees them do nothing for his mother after all of this, and
Resentment.
there's like it's resentment for them, and he's like, no one will save her. None of this was about me, and if I don't do it, no one will.
Peasants are still peasants.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll. I don't think I have any modifiers on this, so
I'm going to give you a mother's love modifier.
gotcha. one for mom.
One from Mom.
And then I'm gonna spend Artha for sure on this.
Oh, absolutely.
So at a 1, right?
Yeah.
All right, and then it's a obstacle of 6 of 3. Oh, obstacle 3.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh.
Awesome.
Damn.
Tell me what happens.
Ooh.
So
People
I just
not
like
fun.
I see Gunter go for Theon, and if I was in my right mind, I wouldn't be surprised by this because I know where his loyalty lies, and I just get this rage, like this resentment fill up, and like they're going to let my mother die, and I can't do that despite what's happened here, and he just runs, dropping his equipment on the way to gain speed, and just dives in and just takes her and then just rolls out.
Yeah, like on the other side.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. You catch her midair, roll through the fire. You're safe on the other side, your mother in your arms. But when you look down, her eyes are still black as night. She is chanting in a language that is not of this world.
Mm-hmm.
And all of you look at the fire and you see it turn black. And from it rises dripping as if it is made of the black oil that you saw within the bear, the statue. And it walks out, its limbs longer and thinner than sanity would allow. And it lumbers towards you, screaming.
I have a question. Is this creature under her control?
Baby.
Ooh.
Is it connected to her in any kind of way?
Definitely connected to her in some way.
If possible, I would like to, as odd as it sounds, I keep my wits about me. What's going on? Like I said, I respect Daniel. I did not forget about him. I just have my loyalties do lie to Theoden. But I turn around to see what is going on as Theoden is there trying to make sure that he's okay. And believe it or not, to try and calm the mother down into some kind of right frame of mind to possibly distress whatever connection she has to this creature, I pull out that piece of paper I picked up earlier, and I would like to once again roll for poetry.
Okay,
Combat poetry.
let's do it.
He's a bard.
Now,
So
I'm gonna-
earlier, what ended up happening is what I noticed is it was a letter that Daniel had kept for quite a long time from his mother when she was in her right mind. And it was a sonnet, a little tiny song that she used to sing to him when he was a kid. And the letter was very touching towards her son, and it looked like it had been well read and well used many a times, probably from Daniel, trying to remember his mom at better times. And my hopes that in singing this properly, that this will disrupt whatever connection she has to the beast and start to allow her to regain a little bit of semblance of sanity on her mind.
I am 100% down with this.
Okay. So do you want me to roll first or sing first?
Sing first. Do your thing.
So I pull out the piece of paper, and in my best Celtic accent I possibly can muster is, his eyes did shine like diamonds. You would think he was king of the land, 'cause he was, with his hair flung over his shoulders, tied up with a black velvet band.
Roll your poetry.
So I'm just like over him, like Bob, 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 and like I hear him singing that. I just kind of like look at him, kind of like, what?
Okay, modifiers.
Definitely one for the role play.
Okay.
And one for technically not within the rules, but I'm gonna let Daniel help you here with this.
Maybe Daniel's right there in front of her, trying to snap her out of it as well.
And then as a GM, I can give you one, so I'm gonna give you 3 total.
Wow. Okay.
And we'll call the obstacle 3.
Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on.
You got a 6. You got a 6.
Okay, so
Roll your fate. /R 1d /R space 1d6. 50-50 shot here.
okay, come on, chat. Come on, chat. Come on, chat.
Oh, success.
Ah!
All right, guys, this is the end. Tell me what happens as this demonic thing melts and collapses on itself and disappears from this reality.
Daniel?
As basically what happens is he starts singing that song, and it kind of drives me out of that stupor, you know, out of the oh my god, save me. And while he's singing it, I pick up on it, and I didn't want to steal your thunder. I start singing with him because it's like just the back of my mind, like I know what this is. And as I see, you know, she's there in the dirt. Her skin is the smoke is emanating off of her, but for somehow she's okay from all of it. And as she hears the song, and as you can see, like as it goes on, her eyes become less and less and less black, and they just kind of, the black just starts to fade and fade and fade until I see, you know, like her familiar, like motherly green eyes look up at me. You see them just slightly focus and not knowing where she is, and she looks up at me and looks confused and just says, "Daniel, where am I?" And then she snaps out of whatever stupor that she was in.
Awesome. And I think the camera hovers above this beast as it melts down into a puddle that seeps into the earth, and we zoom out from the clearing to the night sky. There we go. Triple attention, everybody.
Whoa. The power of song, my friends. The power of song.
All right. Let's take a look at your beliefs. See who did what they were supposed to do.
All right. You want me to start?
No, Brent starts. Brent's most important.
Brent, go
It is
Brent.
most important, of course. So, what were my beliefs again? Well, first, the organs of a demon have untold value to an alchemist. Now, we're convinced Theodore that there's more good to be had in allowing me to harvest this demon's corpse once it is slain than there is in cleansing it with holy fire, and I will succeed in doing that.
You succeeded, madam, so you get a persona point for that. Congratulations.
Thank you. And also, I'm a beautiful, powerful, noble creature, and you will all remember my name, and you will write songs about me, and it will be glorious, and my legend begins here. Yes. Thank you so much.
No rules about that, but I'm still giving you a fate point just because you role played it so well.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
I have an own headache.
Gunther, your beliefs.
Let's see. The Duke gave me one mission: protect Brother Theoden and its people. So as long as I live, no harm shall become the priest while he goes about his holy task.
And nailed it.
Yeah, absolutely. You
So
saved my
boring.
goddamn life.
So
Save my life. Mission
found-
believe too.
and I
accomplished.
found a way to work poetry in there.
There you go.
What's your second belief, sir?
It was my worldview. I have sworn my Duke, my Lord, Veteroben, to serve him as a loyal, worthy vassal. I shall uphold his word and his law on the land, and I shall honor him with my bravery and my deeds.
I think you did. Fate point for you.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Brother Theoden, your beliefs.
It was my duty to consecrate the demon, save the people, destroy the body, make sure, Bryn didn't get, even though she did, but destroy the body completely, and then everybody could be saved.
So I think you came as close as you possibly could. to
Compromise.
complete this, but you compromised at the end and did
Yeah.
not complete it completely. So fate point for that one, not a persona point. But what's your belief too?
That everybody could be saved.
So I'm not going to give you anything for that one because you were all about the gung ho killing at the husks.
Yeah, well,
Their
hey,
souls perhaps could have been returned.
could have been. I was more on the task.
You thought it was a good idea to kill me too.
I tried.
Oh, you were so.
I tried. That was my intent. That was my intent to kind of just see ya, just go away.
Yeah. Mhm.
But I will say, excellent Theoden, sir. Excellent
Thank you.
Theoden.
I think his beliefs would be changing if we were to continue this for sure.
Yeah.
Mr. Wiggle.
Mr. Wiggle. My goal, my mother has been ill for almost a month now, and 2 nights ago, she entered the dark of the woods while in the throes of a fever dream. I must find her and bring her back home safely.
Persona point. You saved your mom.
Yay,
Thanks
Mom.
to your night friend.
Yeah. And then the second is, there's an evil greater than a mere demon that has haunted the woods and homes of Hochin these past few months. If it's not stopped, its devious influence will spread from here like a plague on this land.
8 points. You addressed that issue.
Cool. Well, guys, I think before we adjourn, I think we're gonna give everybody here a chance to talk about who they are and what they do to kind of wrap things up. So definitely stick around, and I will say thank you guys so much. This was amazing. It was a fantastic first show into this. So we're gonna start with
awesome.
let's start with CC. Tell everybody who you are and what you're about, man.
You're the most important person.
Yeah, I mean, it's true.
Real quick, thank you for being the game master. It was my
Yeah.
first
Yeah,
time,
thank
and
you.
it was phenomenal. It was
Yeah,
so
yeah.
cool.
Everybody,
Thanks for playing.
Great.
I always
Thank you
love.
so much.
I always love achieving people for the first time. It's a real pleasure.
Mhm.
Yeah, I'm CouncilCaller here on Twitch and on Twitter. I'm Brave Traveler on Reddit. I'm the moderator of the subreddit there. So join us on Reddit if you'd like to learn more about Burning Wheel, maybe play some. There's also great communities on G+. There's an official community for Burning Wheel and also at burningwheel.com on their forums. So if you like what we did here tonight and would like to learn more about this wonderful game, please join us. We'd love to have you. Thank you.
Cool. Next up, we have got NotDenaerys, Bryn herself. Let's talk about yourself a little bit, Indy.
Hi, my name is NotDenaerys. I am a creative writer and streamer here on Twitch. That's basically what I do on my stream is write. I do very little gaming. If I do any gaming, it's like story-based games. But I absolutely adore writing, and we do fan fiction for like my sub Patreons and stuff like that, subs on Patreon, and whatever kind of writing we feel like getting into that day. So this was really fun, Max, and everybody. This was really great. It was so wonderful to be a part of this experience. Thank you so much.
Cool, thank you, Indy. And then up next is TheOnlyRyann, or Gunta himself.
First of all, I do have to say to Council and Maximus Ray, thank you so much just for putting this on and doing all this. This too was my first time. You guys took my cherry. And so But yeah, amazing time, and I wouldn't mind coming back and doing this again. This was a lot of fun. As for myself, as cliche it sounds, variety caster, mainly though with a focus on story games. I'm a video game developer by day and charity Twitch streamer by night, as it were. Team captain of, in my opinion, one of the best charity teams here on Twitch called Flame of Fire. In a little over 1 year to date, we have raised almost $75,000 supporting children's hospitals, our vets, and St. Jude. And Maximus Rake actually is also part of the same team. And so that's how I got a chance to know him. But as you can see, I have no problems making a complete ass out of myself and drinking typically normally heavily. So yeah, that's kind of my little area slice on Twitch.
Cool. Last but not least, DejaVuDarkmist, the drunk priest. Go ahead, tell them about yourself.
Yeah, I'm DejaVuDarkmist, or it's Deja. Mostly an H1Z1. That's a survival game, zombie apocalypse survival game. So I do a lot of that. Got some cool things coming up with the developer of that game. Other than that, Wednesdays are like a free day, kind of just do whatever the hell we want to do. Saturdays just kind of go on, do whatever we want to do as well. So those 2 free days, I start at 6 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time. Yeah, that's about it. Social media links are over there. Woo!
Cool.
Deja woo!
Deja woo!
That's my dad.
That's my dad.
All right, guys, I'm taking it back to the main screen. You guys know who I am. If you liked it, be sure and give us a follow. I will say I don't normally publicize. I do have a YouTube. It is Maximus Rake, the same as everywhere else. These will be going on YouTube as well to kind of give you a better chance to kind of digest them, in hour intervals, and to kind of keep them up there, because after the VOD's gone, it's going to be gone. So if you guys would hit me up on YouTube on Maximus Rake, throw me a follow here. Everything that I do is always on Twitter, so if you want to know what's happening, give me a follow on Twitter. And if you like the community, come hang out in the Discord. We got a great community in Discord, and thank you guys very much for joining us. And we're definitely going to we're gonna leave it at that. And I'm going to thank you guys so much for the follows. I know that I'm usually very much more interactive with the follows and things, but I wanted the story to take over in this. I really appreciate it, but I didn't want to really disrupt the story on this. So I'm gonna go ahead and play us out with some music. I'm gonna go host up somebody, show the love over there to them. So thank you guys very much. This has been the first iteration of Hit It and Crit It. We will be back 2 weeks later with a new story and a new group, so I will see you guys there. And thanks, guys, for coming. And you guys in chat, I'll talk to you here in just a second whenever we're done. So see you guys later. Thanks so much.